So, hey guys, Chauzu here. I want to talk a bit more about the 10th Anni for obvious reasons. It's pretty exciting, the whole celebration. So I thought I'd focus on the three Super Solos this video in Luffy, Shanks, and Ace, and how you're supposed to use them together and how strong they are together, because it's just mind-blowing power creep. I'll start with a question I'll probably get a lot, which is which one of these is the best? And I'll say that all of them they are all three some of the best legends in the game. You want to own all of them. I can't really pick anyone. If I had to rank them, I'd probably say Shanks highest priority, then Ace, then Luffy. But they are so close together that it's just circumstantial, really. You want all of them. That's the only answer I can give, to be honest. But yeah, they can actually work together, funnily enough, despite being different colors, different classes, and not being universal captains. And that's because of the rushes, or the EX, I should say. We can look at the Luffy EX, for example. You need 3 specific units for Luffy, which is bit of a shaft, honestly, since the others only require 2. You could argue that, well, the units Luffy require are a lot more common. Like, we have all of the Straw Hats, we have Yamato, Law, Kid, Ace, Sabo, Shanks, Roger. Like, there's so many good units of them. But still, that number 3 is still a big deal. That makes it harder to build. But yeah, that's not what we're talking about here. What we're talking about is the fact that if character's first class is Cerebral Shooter, they become Fighter. And this is the same for all of the legends. They all change the classes of the units so that they get boosted by the captain and all of the specials. At least in theory, like if we look at the special here, the actual specials are still class-based, but I guess like here, for example, Luffy will be able to give the fighter buff to everything else. But of course, the problem is if you try and combine them, because you can't stack these class changes. So Luffy, for example, can be run with all of them, but you can't make Luffy into, say, Cerebral from Shanks, and vice versa. You can only do one at a time. So for Shanks, for example, his EX changes shooters or fighters to Cerebral, which means you get access to Shanks special. That gives the color affinity, and it's like insane that Shanks can give a 4 times color affinity. It's actually mental. It's so unique, and one of the big reasons why I rate Shanks higher than the others, together with the captainability with ships and such. I really dig that. But yeah, the problem, as said, is that it's going to be very hard to stack these. So Shanks, for example, let's say you run Luffy Captain, use Luffy Special. Now you change Shanks here from Cerebral, we presume, to Fighter. And then you use Shanks Special, and he will give Side Cerebral and Slasher color affinity. But Luffy won't be any of those. He doesn't benefit, so honestly, not really sure how this will work out in practice. It's a bit weird. Like, you can see the attempt to make them work together. And honestly, this video started with me talking about, yeah, it's so easy to use them together. But then I start recording and it's like, is it really though? Like, we can see the intent here. And maybe you can set it up so you boost just one particular unit very high. And obviously, since like we to Sengoku with 4.5 times attack boost and ore boost has seen some good success, super buffing a unit with 6 times attack orb color affinity, of course, is pretty insane. Let's talk about that as well with the synergy, since, of course, like Luffy gives a 4 times attack boost, Shanks 4 times call affinity, Ace does 4 times ore boost, and of course their specials also boost the other buffs, so you can get buffs to 6 times, but it's pretty hard to get all of them to 6 times. Like, let's just go down the road here. If we start with Luffy, we run Luffy as captain. We use his special. This will give us an attack boost. 4 times attack boost, let's say that, to Int Fighter Powerhouse. Now we use Luffy's EX. Now everybody turns into a fighter as their first class, so they get the buffs. Then we use Shanks. Shanks will buff the attack boost by 1.5 times, so now we have a 6 times call affinity for Int Fighter and Powerhouse, and this will buff for everybody. But the buff Shanks gives, first, if Shanks is not captain, for example, he won't give the highest captain ability, since only the legit captain gets up to 6.5 times attack, which is a minor thing. But yeah, Shanks special, you can get a 4 times ore boost, but it's only for size reliable slasher. Sure, Shanks will get that ore boost. He will also have the attack boost from Luffy, but Luffy won't have this ore boost, and neither will Ace. So as said, he's a bit finicky, so at this moment Shanks is the one doing a lot of damage. Then if we go to Ace, and we use Ace's special, he will buff the call affinity from Shanks by 1.5 times. So now Shanks has 6 times attack boost and call affinity. But Ace will give an ore boost for Dex, Shooter, Free Spirit. So this is only for Ace himself. So this means Ace has the attack boost from Luffy, and he has his own ore boost, 4 times ore boost. But he does not get the color affinity from Shanks, and Shanks does not get this ore boost, and this ore boost can't get to 6 times unless you run a second Luffy and use Luffy's special after to buff it to 6 times. But still, we have this problem that, at least with using the full batch, I don't really see a way to give the buffs to everyone, which is probably healthy, but it also has an easy solution since we already have 3 different colors. We have Int Luffy, we have Psy Shanks, Dex Ace, 6+ Gear 5 Luffy. We'll turn all of these buffs into rainbow buffs, so we can just ignore that. And from the way I read it right now, that's probably the only way to make them truly universal. But of course, still pretty viable. Shanks in this case, for example, will have such ridiculous buffs, and Ace does more than the ore boost. He also buffs the call affinity to 6 times and does that conditional to full immunity, so still pretty insane. It's also possible I've overlooked this, which is why it's good to get this recorded, discuss a bit, so we can see if we can get some higher understanding. We should also get the data download soon. It will be easier to look then at the bigger picture. But yeah, I've also heard a lot of complaints about the legends being similar, which I can understand. But at the same time, while they are similar in a very strong way, and all of them have something really unique and cool to them. So I'm honestly not too upset at all. But yeah, that's just my initial thoughts of using them, and some potential downside because it's easy to just get hyped and see everything as, yeah, rainbows and sunshine, I don't know. But yeah, let's end the video there, I think. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.